Some days start like any other quiet. Routine. Forgettable. But sometimes, all it takes is one silent signal to change everything. This is the story of a daughter who stood still in the face of injustice, a father who arrived just in time, and a community forced to confront the truth behind its silence. What unfolded on that quiet street would echo far beyond it. It was a regular Wednesday, that kind of day where nothing remarkable is supposed to happen. The sky hung low in soft gray, and I was sitting at my desk, combing through security footage for a private client. The house was quiet except for the hum of the computer. Then, without a sound, my phone buzzed once, a silent GPS ping. My daughter Lena. We had a system. She'd only ever used it once before. And that was when she was followed home at 16. This wasn't a mistake. I stood up so fast my chair tipped back. I grabbed my keys and didn't stop to think. By the time I reached the location, my truck was parked halfway across a residential street. And there she was, Lena, calm, steady, standing next to a rusted-out Crown Vic. A man, maybe late 40s, had her pressed against the side of my truck. His badge glinted under the gray sky. But it was all wrong. Too shiny, too new. He didn't move like a cop. He moved like someone pretending to be one. And across the street, standing with her phone raised like it was an Olympic torch, was Karen Daltrey, self-proclaimed queen of the HOA and local busybody. She wasn't just filming. She was enjoying this. I could see it in her smirk. I didn't run toward them. I walked, every step deliberate. Lena spotted me and met my gaze. She didn't flinch. That's the part I remember most. Her eyes didn't say help. They said watch. The man's name, I would later learn, was Donnie Ruse, a failed academy applicant, twice rejected, once reprimanded for impersonating a parking enforcer, someone who never made it through the door but still clung to the idea of authority. He'd stopped Lena for erratic driving. Though she hadn't even been behind the wheel, she was retrieving a document from the glove box when he approached. When she asked for credentials, he snapped, called her non-compliant, tried to cuff her. That's when she triggered the GPS alert. Just as I reached them, a patrol car rolled up. Then another. Officer Marquez stepped out, took one look at Donnie, and his posture changed. Not caution, disbelief. He told Donnie to step away. Lena stood taller, but didn't move until Marquez gave the nod. She handed over her certification proof of tactical academy training. Not that she needed it. Her restraint said enough. Donnie's face shifted. There was a moment, brief but sharp, where he realized he had no power here. Not anymore. Karen didn't take it well. She marched across the street, heels clacking, shouting about how Donnie was neighborhood enforcement, and Lena was aggressive and rude. But her voice trembled when Marquez asked her for details. She couldn't provide any. Her phone was still recording. But her confidence cracked. The officers searched Donnie's vehicle. They found a fake badge, a knockoff radio, and a binder of incident reports written in ballpoint pen. It was like he'd built his own world in the shadows of real law. They arrested him on the spot. But the real story wasn't just about a fake cop and a failed power grab. It was about what came after. Karen filed a complaint the next day, claimed Lena had escalated the situation, that I'd been threatening, and that Donnie was simply misunderstood. She edited her footage and uploaded a clip that cut out key moments. It gained traction, briefly, among her inner circle, mostly retirees who shared her fondness for gossip and HOA regulations. But then the full footage surfaced, body cam, neighborhood cameras, and the original, unedited video Lena had been recording from her phone the whole time. It told a different story. The internet turned. Fast. Karen's authority eroded overnight. She was removed from her position in the HOA. Her influence faded like smoke. One neighbor, a usually silent older man named Tom, stood at the next meeting and said, "We've been listening to the wrong people for too long." Donnie, meanwhile, faced multiple charges impersonating an officer, unlawful detainment, harassment, and when his record was made public, It was clear this wasn't his first attempt at playing cop. It was just the first time someone had stood their ground. Lena didn't celebrate. When the sheriff's office offered her a cadet placement, she hesitated. Not because she wasn't ready, but because she knew what it meant. This wasn't about revenge or victory. It was about showing up, standing still, and letting the truth do its work. That night, as we sat on the porch, she said something I won't forget. Strength isn't loud, Dad. It just waits longer than fear does. There was silence after that. Not awkward, just full. The community changed. Not all at once, but a little more each week. People waved more. They spoke up at meetings. They stopped mistaking control for leadership. And Lena, she moved forward. One careful step at a time. No badge on her chest yet. Just a quiet certainty in her spine that someday, if she wore one, it would be because she earned it. Not because someone handed her a prop and told her to pretend. When I think back on that day, I don't think of the sirens or the arrest or the way Donnie's voice cracked when the cuffs clicked. I think of Lena, standing by the truck, calm, collected, and ready not to fight, but to be seen. And she was.